Hello, everyone. Um, so, Mexico, Bank of Mexico is announcing that they will be introducing a central bank digital currency by 2024. Uh, those of you know me, I have been saying this for a while now, um, that governments are going to try to go cashless, and this has already been attempted in Australia at least twice. So restrictions on the use of cash bill was introduced in 2019 in Australia. It has been tried twice now here to pass it, but they didn't succeed. So that's why status is not proceeding. Now, in summary, this bill said that penalize the entities penalize the entities that make or accept cash payments of $10,000 or more. So, but it wasn't successful. Now, how does this play with the CBDC, central bank digital currencies? So, in order to understand that, we need to understand why we are introducing CBDCs. We are introducing CBDCs so we can do two primary things. First, all the transactions can be tracked, and because they can be tracked, every such transaction can be taxed. In other words, there is no informal economy anymore. Everything is formal, everything is visible to government or central banks, and they will put taxes on each and every such transaction. And second, because all the economies are so indebted, and because they cannot raise interest rates, otherwise that debt, uh, you know you will not be able to service the debt payments. So they will have to take interest rates into negative territory. If they take interest into negative territory, that means all of a sudden the debt is bearable, um, at least for the entities that own the debt, but it is not bearable for the rest of the population, or to be more precise, savers who don't have debt, who are the savers, because ultimately they are losing money by the second on via negative interest rates. So yeah, so two primary reason. One is to tax everything, and second, to continue with this Ponzi scheme. So negative interest rates help with continuation of this debt-based paradigm, and and they will want to take interest rates into negative territory. Now, why then we have to take away the cash? First, if if they allow cash to be circulated in economy, then you can perform transaction outside the purview of central banks. That means all those transactions are not visible, and hence they cannot be taxed, and hence government won't reap benefit of it. And second, if I don't even want to spend that money, I can just simply keep that cash under the mattress, and I will not lose the purchasing power of it via negative interest rates. So both of the agendas of introducing CBDCs get defeated by allowing cash. So if CBDCs are introduced, they will have to ban the cash, which if they do, then it has other repercussions which are even more dangerous. So yeah, let's quickly go through the article. Cashless society is on the way, but the US lags in adoption and regulation. Now, I don't quite agree with that statement. Um, I think the Federal Reserve is long way ahead. They are already probably done multiple POCs, proof of concepts, and it can basically be available, Fed coin or whatever cashless currency they would want to call it, um, on just turnkey basis. So it will be available if they feel that it needs to be introduced. Now, Bank of Mexico plans to put its own digital currency in circulation by 2024 to use the latest payments technology to foment financial inclusion in an economy that relies on cash for most transactions. Yeah, somehow it doesn't make any sense to me. Foment financial inclusion. What does that even mean? When you use your cash to purchase anything, isn't that inclusion in economy? How is cash excluding you from financial inclusion? Yeah, somehow that doesn't make any sense to me. But um, a large number of transactions are done with cash, particularly given the large informal economy, which in 2020 accounted for around 22% of Mexico's GDP. So, according to this report from Bank of Mexico, 22% of Mexico's GDP is informal. 22% of economy is informal, and taxes are not collected on a huge chunk of it. They haven't shared um, what percentage uh, on which tax is not collected. You know, even 10%, um, if let's say 10% on 22% of GDP tax is not collected, that's very less. I mean, it's a huge chunk, but 90% in that case, you are still collecting tax on the informal economy. But because they haven't shared the numbers, so it's just a speculation on my part. So central bank digital currencies are on the way. German central bank just embraced a digital euro. Now, I'm not sure how far Germany has adopted it, in the normal economy. I'm not familiar with that. Uh, China tried to introduce it either this year or last year. That attempt wasn't very successful, but that doesn't mean that they have given up. I think they will continue pushing for it. Risks are huge. So, as I explained already, increasingly negative interest rates. So that means any money you have in the bank, you're losing it by the second. Money can have timestamps going forward, so they would want you, if they want you to spend that money, they can put timestamp on it. They wouldn't want you to be hoarding it. Which in other if in other way you can say you don't have full control over your money, how you want to use it. They will they can tax all the gifts. So if you are not providing gifts through cash, then everything is monitored and they can tax it. Withdrawals can be taxed as well. Now, I'm not sure what they mean by withdrawals here. If there is no cash, what is this withdrawal mean? Withdrawals can definitely be capped. That is going to be a big one, and it will be capped in the sense that any money that you use to perform transactions that they are not happy with, for example, converting that timed cash or timed money or expiring money into some sort of a hard asset, uh, then they can cap it to certain limit. So in other words, you can maybe purchase, say, gold or silver into very small chunks, but nothing significant that would make them unhappy. In fact, they could just stop you from purchasing anything that doesn't they are not feeling happy with, whether it's a service or it's a stuff. And that's the key, which isn't listed here. Cash provides you anonymity. That is the fundamental property of cash. And that is a big risk that you will not be able to avail. I mean, the fundamental feature that you won't be able to avail. So, bottom line is, we have to be very careful. We need to be alert, and we need to push back on this agenda of cashless society. I think which if it comes to cashless society, it will become almost a Mad Max sort of or dystopian sort of society, completely Orwellian. Big brother watching your every move and transaction, and you are second guessing uh, every transaction. If I'm doing whatever I'm purchasing or selling, am I doing it right, or else big brother will come after me. So yes, I'm sure though that people will come up with ingenious ideas to avoid this should it come to this. For example, people will uh, try to purchase with the digital money some stuff that can be used as a cash. And it may not be limited to one stuff. It could be multiple categories, and people will, as soon as they have something, some money, they will try to convert it into that hard stuff, and then that hard stuff can be used as cash in future. Now, I wouldn't want to, speculate what that stuff could be, but that's that is something that is something um, people would try to do. But in reality, if it does come to cashless society, it will be um, not worth living actually. Not that I'm saying, um, I will kill myself, but it'll be pretty nightmarish scenario. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Please share your thoughts as well in the comment section below. I'll put the link in the description as well. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.